Tonight is they're very balanced. Guys are sharing the ball. They're getting high percentage shots. They do it differently. Barlow's shooting 64% on twos. Jesuit shooting 49% from threes here in the Child Center. Limit the threes on D. I think Barlow's got to do something about Jesuit's three-point shooting. They got to run them off the line. They have the best rim protector at this tournament in Barron, and they need to make him be a guy at the rim that's changing shots and then rebound to win. These are two of the best defensive teams. The defensive field goal percentage, they're leading the tournament. Both teams, there's going to be missed shots. You got to rebound it. You got to finish the play and get going on offense.
As they introduce the non-starters here in tonight's game, let's get you the starters for both sides. For Jesuit, as they introduce him, Patrick Kilfoyle will be the starting guard. Ryan Frazier, along with Joe Stimson, a guy who they missed in the middle of the season, and he has been a catalyst for this team in the back half of the year. Ryan Barone will get the start, and then Trey Cleveland, the quarterback headed to UC Davis, will be the fifth starter for Jesuit.
Yeah, he's been huge this week. Hustle plays, energy plays, and guarding bigger players inside.
On the other side for Barlow, they're going to be wearing their home uniforms, Bruins in cursive across the chest with the yellow numbers. Jalen Atkins, one of the more electric players at the tournament, will get the start today, along with Matty Cummins, Mason Bierbauer, Blake Hills, and then you talked about Braden Barron early on and his electricity in the paint.
Yeah, he's been dynamic around the rim, blocking shots, changing shots, and he's what I would call a selfish rebounder. He doesn't care if it's in his area or not. He's going to go get it.
It's been exciting to watch both these teams, though, over the last few days. You just talked about the shooting for for Jesuit. Can they keep up that hot shooting? You talked about nearly 48%, 49% from three in this building.
Yeah, it's been electric, and Brian, it's not just one guy. I mean, Isaac Bongan off the bench is 8 for 12 in 2 games, but in the semifinals, 4 different Crusaders made at least 2 threes, and Patrick Kilfoyle, their leading scorer, wasn't one of them. So they've got multiple weapons. They're going to spread you out, drive you, and they're going to look to find those open shooters.
Well, we talked about Barron, but you've got Jalen Atkins for the Bruins, and he's a guy who can be a walking bucket at times. In the quarterfinals, he had 25 points. In the semifinal, he had 21 points.
Yeah, he's a shot maker, and he will take some tough shots. He can take a smaller guard down in the post. He can also shoot it from deep. I think in the second half yesterday, he was the catalyst because he didn't just settle for deep threes. He got other guys involved, and then he got to the rim himself.
Well, I got to say, we have an electric crowd inside the Child Center. We found out that it was sold out at around 1 o'clock today. I don't think you can find an open seat. We're going to see people hanging from the rafters in here.
Fantastic crowd. This is what it's all about. 6A basketball, the best of the best, putting on a performance in a sold-out arena.
So Barlow looking for their first state title. They came to the state title game 29 years ago, ended up in second place, and Coach Johnson itching for that first state title. For Gene Potter, 33rd season with 669 wins. These two coaches combined for almost 1,400 wins at the high school level.
Yeah, incredible. You can't find a more dynamic and coaching, counterparts in a title game, but the thing about Coach Johnson and Coach Potter will say the same thing. He wants it for his kids. He doesn't necessarily need it for himself. He wants it for his kids.
Opening tip, won by the Bruins.
We'll see early on what Jesuit wants to do inside. Are they going to double the post? Are they going to front the post? Decisions to be made early.
Barron with it near the elbow.
Jesuit loves to get in the gap and help defensively.
You've got 3 Crusaders in the paint right there. The kick out by Barron. Offensive rebound, Bierbauer, and his arm being held. A foul is called against Jesuit.
Right away, the offensive rebounding comes into play. You can see Jesuit helping a little bit off Matty Cummins. He's not afraid to take that 3. I thought he played really well last night. 4 assists, 3 rebounds in the semis, and 0 turnovers.
Kilfoyle picked up that foul. That'll be his first, team's first.
Here comes the double.
Atkins fading away, and the rebound in the hands of Stimson.
Stimson's such an important player for Jesuit. A couple of the assistant coaches told me he might be the most important, and he doesn't even know it. So valuable. Does so many things for this team.
He missed time with a wrist injury earlier in this season, and the referee standing out of bounds. So, dead ball.
Yeah. We'll turn that back over. He did miss time, and since he's been back, I don't think it's coincidence they're on a 10-game win streak and they're here in the championship game.
I mean, he came back around that February 4th date. This team was 9-10 at that point. They ripped off 10 straight wins to get to this championship game.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. In the Metro League, Brian, probably one of the best leagues in the state this year.
Simpson, the dish off to Cleveland, using the blaster two around Barron.
That's what Stimson does. He finds his guys, and Joe with a nice dump off to Trey, and Trey with the finish.
So we saw Jesuit go inside right there. We saw a lot of three-point shooting over the last couple of days. From deep, it's Blake Hills.
Struggled shooting a little bit last night, but he's known for that. He'll knock that down. They're not afraid to shoot that.
That's the second made three-pointer in this building this week. Frazier can't answer. It was halfway down and popped out.
I almost expected that to go in the way Jesuit's been shooting it.
Hills wants it again. Almost had it.
Jesuit looking to push tempo. Trying to find something early in transition. They know Barron's at the rim. It looked like to me defensively that Jesuit was going to double on the dribble when they're in the post. They're going to bring another defender.
Kilfoyle dribbled it off of his foot. It stays with Jesuit. Kilfoyle in the paint. Gets it. Wow! Atkins, how did he get that up?
Circus shot from Kilfoyle, but he's such a competitor. He's just going to come at you all night.
He's averaging 14.4 points per game. Atkins gets front iron. It'll be one and done for the Bruins.
Coach Johnson asking there. There's a lot of contact at the rim. Jesuit will keep you spread out. They'll set these ball screens and handoffs. Look to get downhill, drive it, and kick it.
Stimson with it. 15 on the shot clock for the Crusaders.
Mason Bierbauer's got a huge matchup with Kilfoyle.
Barron comes away with the rebound. He's going to race down the court, beating three Crusaders, but he can't lay it in.
Kind of lost his footing a little bit as he went up.
No shooters bounce there. Barron comes away with another rebound. Atkins in transition. Cummings with the offensive rebound, fading away. Outside the paint, he's got two.
Yeah, great job by Cummings coming up with a loose ball, 50-50 rebound, and going ahead and finishing it. If you're Barlow, I don't think you want to get into a three-point shooting contest with Jesuit.
It has not been the gym for the Bruins to shoot in. They were shooting 20.8% over the last two games. And Barron getting a call for the foul all over Stimson.
With their ability to shoot the ball, Brian, they spread the floor. 4 out. Cleveland will set the high ball screen and roll, and you really can't help from any of the shooters, so Barron's got to make a choice. Am I going to go with the ball handler or am I going to stay with Cleveland? And he got caught in between there.
Stimson has gotten to the free throw line a bunch in just 2 games. 9 for 13 in this building. Look at 9 for 14 as he misses that free throw.
An aggressive driver. He's been a catalyst for this offense. He's setting up guys or he's getting, like you said, to the rim or to the foul line. Isaac Bongan checking in for Jesuit. He's been an absolute sniper here in the Child Center the last 2 games.
And then you got Grady Keljo who just checked in as well.
Yes.
Big body that should compete defensively in the paint against Barlow.
Yeah, his activity, his energy has been remarkable for Jesuit. It has given them a lift each of the previous games. Really a sagging defense right now. Jesuit just sort of trying to help in the post. If it gets put on the ground, I think you'll see the double.
Major Williams also checked in for Jesuit. Coming from the free throw line. Got 4 points.
Not normally his game to be the big scorer, but if they're going to not help, they're going to help often, he's got to be ready.
4 points ties his high here at the Child Center over this week. Williams with it.
Spread ball screen again. Good hands.
Poked away by Hills. Ends up in the hands of Barron. Cummins stepping into the 3. And already we've seen a couple shots go halfway down and out. Atkins wanted a foul call. Nothing from the referees. And it's Jesuit basketball.
Transition numbers.
And And a blocking foul called on the Bruins. That'll be on Hills, his first, team second. .3:18 remaining in the first quarter. 7-5 lead for Barlow. We've got free throws when we return.
Pacific Office Automation understands the X's and O's of running a business. Preparation, collaboration, execution. When your business takes the shot, we've got the assist. We'll step up to the plate, whether it's a startup, a Fortune 500, or your favorite team. We provide office solutions with unrivaled speed, efficiency, and security. For your customer, your company, and your community, your field, your goals, your office game plan. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
When you drive, it takes brains, your whole mind, quick reactions, your eyes up on the road, both your hands, no distractions. Before you start your car, you gotta park your phone. When you drive, just leave it alone.
So when you drive, it's a law, hands off your phone and pay attention. $1,000 is the fine when you get caught. Did we mention?
When you drive, leave it alone.
A little over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Take a look at this foul, though. It was a blocking call on Hill.
Yeah, he had a big charge last night, right before the half. It really energized this group.
Short on that shot was Kilfoyle.
Another good rebound from Barron, and so far the threes not falling like they have been for Jesuit. See if Barlow looks to go inside right now.
0 for 3 from behind the arc is Jesuit at the moment. Atkins had his defender fall down. 12 on the shot clock for Barlow.
Great help from Jesuit.
Cummins, the three from the corner. Got it! 7 points for Cummins.
At this point, I think that's Jesuit's game plan, is give help from him and dare him to shoot that and give Cummins credit stepping up for his team right now.
6 points total in the previous 2 games. He already has 7 points in this one.
Bierbrower drives the assignment on Bongan.
Bongan with it now on the near wing. Poked away by Atkins and a steal. Cummings racing down the court, slows things down, and he lost it at the free throw line.
Great hands from Kilfoyle, hustling back on D, winning plays.
Bongan pulling up in transition. Barron comes down with another rebound. That's rebound number 4 for him.
I told you, he'll go get it anywhere it is.
The Portland State commit, you start to see his growth right now. He's going to be something special as he takes it all the way to the cup.
His upside, Brian, is tremendous, and he plays with a high motor. We're going to like him at Portland State.
7-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Fouls called. And that's Barron's second foul. Third team foul for Barlow.
It's 2 fouls he's picked up, helping on the ball screen where he's a little late getting over, and Jesuit guards really going and attacking him at the rim.
And now Maddox Young, the junior forward at the scorer's table, most likely coming in for Barron. Ryan Barone is checking back in for Jesuit. And Ryan Frazier goes to the bench.
Jesuit starts the trio of lefties. You don't see that too often.
I feel like it's hard enough to find one lefty on the court, let alone 3.
Yeah.
Jesuit, even though they made that field goal, or that free throw, they have no field goals in the last 4 minutes.
Looks like it's going to be Bierbrower in the post, try to isolate him a little bit.
He got left alone. And the size advantage, that's an easy bucket over Kilfoyle.
Yeah, we call that cross screen, high-low. Atkins sets the screen, comes high. Bierbrower all by himself. Easy basket.
Bierbrower's got 6 inches on Kilfoyle. Kilfoyle, tough take around Young.
So good at using his body, avoiding the contact, and then a little English on it to finish it up.
He'll be playing at the next level, going to St. Martin's when he's done at Jesuit. Hills 3, bounced around, no good.
Jesuit will get down, run wide. You get this early ball screen. Let Kilfoyle attack.
Drive into the paint, the left-hand touch. Rattles out.
One and done for Jesuit right now. Barlow doing a great job on the boards. See if they go right back inside here to Beer Garden.
About a second and a half between shot clock and game clock. A 5-point lead for Barlow.
Get that same action here. Watch for Jesuit to double if they see it go in the post right away.
10 seconds remaining.
Here's the cross screen to the high-low. Got a front.
Hand it off to Atkins. 4 on the clock. He's got to make a move. Goes baseline and try to give up the extra pass. He needed to go up with it. That'll be the end of our quarter. 14-9. Barlow holds on to a 5-point lead. Second quarter when we return on Coin.
They're going to put
0.8. There's 0.8 seconds left. Excuse me.
Yeah, it was
horn
a shot
had
clock
buzzed.
violation.
Yeah, and it was a shot clock violation. So technically there was supposed to be time left on the clock. Now we're going to head to break. 5-point lead for Barlow, 14-9. Second quarter when we return on Coin.
Dear Freedom, what forms do you take? More miles driven, more dollars saved, more life embraced, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota. That's right. Toyota has more electrified vehicles than any other brand.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Pacific Office Automation understands the X's and O's of running a business: preparation, collaboration, execution. When your business takes the shot, we've got the assist. We'll step up to the plate, whether it's a startup, a Fortune 500, or your favorite team. We provide office solutions with unrivaled speed, efficiency, and security for your customer, your company, and your community, your field, your goals, your office game plan. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Joel, you and I have seen a lot of basketball inside the Child Center. We know that hot shooting doesn't always last, but right now for Jesuit, when they were shooting 49% over the last 2 games, they are 0 for 5 from behind the arc to start this one.
Yeah, 3 for 10 overall, and 2 of those have been tough layups by Kilfoyle, so nothing easy against Barlow. That's what we expected, though. They hang their hat on the D.
Cleveland fakes the handoff, and it's broken up. Atkins saw it all the way. Against Kilfoyle, out to Young. Extra pass to Hills.
Gonna swing it around.
He had a couple extra feet to step up there. He shot that one from NBA range.
Yeah, sometimes you look down and see that line, but I think Coach Johnson wants to see that ball move a little bit more.
Kilfoyle, the left hand, was short.
Barron gonna check back in with those 2 fouls here. Let's see if they find Bierbauer inside.
And Cummings had the hot hand in that first quarter. He had 7 points. Atkins, who's normally the leading scorer for this team, 0 for 4 in that first quarter, no points.
Yeah, Cummings and Hills leading in field goal attempts, which isn't normal for this team.
Young into the corner. It's Cummings. That one is long.
That's what Jesuit wants right now. They're going to get it out of Atkins' hands and make somebody else have to beat him.
Inside to Cleveland. Went across the paint and the left-hand finish.
Great finish with the left hand on the other side of the rim. Really impressed with him and what he brings athletically to this group.
Now, we were talking about him pregame. He's going to go to UC Davis as a quarterback. Not quite the quarterback build, though. Looks a bit more stocky.
But he can move. Right now, Barlow's settling, Brian. A lot of jump shots.
Hongen from 3. Ice
Good
cold
play.
for Jesuit so far. Kilfoyle will step into it. He too can't make a connection.
Yeah, those threes were raining down the last 2 nights here in Childs. And, you know, third game in 3 nights, and you're playing against a team that knows that that's what you want to do. They're going to contest as early and often as they can.
Now 0 for 7 from behind the arc. Just 4 of 14 shooting in this one.
Little flex action.
And a foul. That should be on Kilfoyle. He was draped all over Atkins, and it is. That'll be his second.
They run the little flex cut. Like to run Atkins into the post, and they'll actually post him a little bit. Barron coming back in the game. Both Barron and more so Bierbrower has a mismatch if he goes inside.
Ryan Frazier checked back in for Jesuit. As you mentioned, Barron back on the floor for the Bruins.
Stimson doing a good job of pushing Bierbrower off the block.
Barron pulls up from just beyond the elbows. A good-looking shot, but doesn't go. Cummings stepped out of bounds, trying to save it.
Kind of another perimeter shot for Barlow. Jesuit doing their job defensively. Packing it in, sagging, helping. Trying to just almost bait Barlow into shooting those jump shots. Back to the wide screen roll.
Poked away by Atkins. Good hands.
He's done that twice now.
Bierbrower, the 3 in transition. Cummings chasing down the rebound, finds Bierbrower, and he's short on the second chance attempt.
Great hustle play from Cummings, and right there in front of the rim. Need to convert those.
The 3, it goes for Ryan Barone.
There's the first one. Coach Johnson will take a quick timeout. Looks like a 30. Here for Barlow. The drive and the kick. They get a foot in the paint, collapse that knee. A lot of shooters on the perimeter spotted up.
And you'll see it right here.
Stimson with the drive, the kick. Barone's ready to knock it down. That's what they've been doing. We've seen a lot of that the last 2 nights, so it's going to continue.
All right, for Barlow, though, things have sort of gone stagnant. You mentioned they're settling for shots right now. What's the message from Coach Johnson during this timeout?
Go inside. They got to go back to what they did last night against West Lynn. When they attacked the paint, they threw it inside. They got to go quick and score, though. The double's going to come, especially if you dribble. So get good position, catch, turn, score. And then like to see them get out and run a little bit more in transition. They're sort of bringing it up and settling. Go attack the basket. Make Jesuit guard the rim.
5:06 remaining in the first half.
Here they come right here. They're going to look for the flex and the post up. Bierbrower going to, nope.
And Bongan was on him.
A little bit better matchup for Jesuit, and Bongan's in the game.
Bierbrower from the free throw line.
Yeah, going right. He's really good on the pull-up. Needed that bucket.
The Oregon Tech commit now has 4 points.
Oregon Tech's made a living with some Portland area basketball players.
Kilfoyle, the drive and take and the left-hand finish. He's got 8 points.
He's relentless, Brian, just a relentless competitor, and you've got to take away that left hand. If he gets to his left, he's really, really good. Here they are again, looking inside, but look at Jesuit just packing the paint right now.
Skip pass to Cummings. Barron, the putback slam.
Highlight reel start from Barron as he is all over the board.
Exciting player, and people are going to be fortunate. They'll be able to stick around and watch him play at Portland State. Bongan from 3. And Jesuit remains cold, just 1 of 9 from behind the arc.
We've seen a few of those go in and out.
Could be a tale of 2 halves. Atkins just inside the three-point line.
I think he's a better player right in there off the dribble. He's a shot maker, but when he moves himself inside that three-point line, he's really hard to defend.
Those are his first points, 1 of 5 from the field. Kilfoyle using the screen, finds Barone, steps inside the three-point line.
Good contest from Barron.
Cleveland jumped early on the rebound in the hands of Atkins.
They've been trapping the ball screens with Atkins, trying to make him give it up.
Bierbrower fading away.
A little bit of a fadeaway there. has the opportunity to go attack the rim there.
I was about to say, Kilfoyle attacked it himself, and he lays it in.
Left-hand finish. You got to get him identified in transition. You corral him, get him stopped, because if he gets downhill, he's right now all of Jesuit's offense.
He's got 10 points. He's averaging 14.4 on the season. 2-point lead for Barlow. Double
Great
team.
job.
Bongan had it poked away by Cummings. No easy basket this time.
Yeah, Cummings read it all the way, but credit to Jesuit, playing passing lanes. A lot of active hands right now.
2-point lead for Barlow. 2:33 remaining until the half. We'll be right back on Coin.
When you drive, it takes brains, your whole mind, quick reactions, your eyes up on the road, both your hands, no distractions. Before you start your car, you gotta park your phone. When you drive, just leave it alone.
So when you drive, it's the law. Hands off your phone and pay attention. $1,000 is the fine when you get caught. Did we mention?
When you drive, leave it alone.
Dear Freedom, what forms do you take? More miles driven, more dollars saved, more life embraced, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota. That's right. Toyota has more electrified vehicles than any other brand.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
2-point lead right now for Barlow, 20-18, and the energy is alive inside the Chalice Center. It doesn't matter who's making a basket, it's deafening in here, Joel.
Yeah, people hanging from the rafters, and Barlow all over the glass right now. As you can see, Barron, one of his 6 rebounds, the most emphatic of the 6, but with him around the glass, you got to get him off the boards. Jesuit up top, they're going to go back to the spread. They'll take their time, Brian. They're not in a hurry, especially when they get to this point.
Screen from Keljo.
Use all of that shot clock, trying to create an advantage, get a foot in the paint, see if they can draw, and kick it to someone for a 3.
Bongan going up against Gentry, and a travel call. The Bruins will force a turnover.
Really nice job by Barlow. Disciplined defense, staying in the stand, staying in front of the ball. Don't allow them to, get into the paint, and then no one else has to help. So great job from Barlow.
5th turnover now for Jesuit. Neither team has been able to score a point off the turnover from the opposition. 2 minutes until halftime. I encourage you to stick around for our Toyota halftime report. And we'll hear from Brenna Green talking with the winning head coach into halftime. Ball poked away by Gentry. Now it's Stimson into the corner. Extra pass to Bongan. The wing 3. Things remain difficult right now for the Crusaders from behind the line. 1 of 10 at the moment.
Last night and the night before, those were going in, especially the ones where they share it like that. They make that one extra pass. That's as good a look as they're going to get. If you're Barlow, you're sort of dodging a bullet right now.
Barone going to check back in. He's at the scores table. He'll be on the floor next dead ball.
Back to the flex action. A lot of people in the paint right now. Look at the green jerseys in the paint. Packing it in. Nice pass.
Found Barron, and he can't finish it, but he'll head to the line for 2 opportunities.
Really nice look there. Sometimes when you're Jesuit and you're so concerned with help, you end up kind of looking away, staring at the ball. Barron was able to duck behind, get himself free for 2 free throws.
Barron missing the first free throw.
You can see here, lost vision there. Keljo and Barron able to sneak behind him.
Missing both free throws was Barron. So it remains a 2-point game. Barlow has not scored in 2.5 minutes.
Going to be a battle on the boards all night, Brian, every time it goes up. Extra possessions will be important tonight.
Stimson drives past Atkins. What a dish to Keljo in the block! But a foul is called against Barlow.
If they're going to get Atkins, he thought he was up there all ball. What a dish, though. Stimson getting downhill, straight downhill, deep into the paint. Watch the little dish off here to Keljo. Keljo, and then Atkins coming over to make a play.
Keljo missing the free throw.
I'll be honest, Brad, I don't think free throws this half are going to be very easy shooting into the opponent's student section.
On both sides. I mean, you just saw Barron miss both.
Yeah, it's packed in here.
Keljo, that was his first free throw attempt at this tournament. Free sport athlete, by the way, for Jesuit.
Yes, we'll be playing baseball here when we get done. Coming into this game, these were the top two teams in field goal percentage defense. Nothing's changed in that regard. 20-19 here as we head towards halftime. Atkins in the post. See if they go in the double.
Into the corner. Hills had a couple early shots for the Bruins.
You can see the Jesuit staff telling guys to stay down. Look at the paint, just packing the paint.
Barron will fade away. Good looking shot right there. He's got
finish.
6.
Not much you can do there as he spins, fades away. There's really not much you can do. Barlow with a 3-point lead.
Jesuit gonna hold it for the final shot. And Stimson gets fouled. Cummings will get called for that one. That'll be his first, the team's second.
Nice job from Barlow. Fouls to give. They waited till Stimson made his move. They can take a couple more if they want. I think that's what they brought Caleb Perry in here. Make sure nobody else gets one, but if they need to use another one, they can. If you're Jesuit, you might want to take a look at trying to shoot it when you catch it. Oh, he's got to be careful.
Grabbing him at the hips. Foul's called with 3.8.
Play the ball in that situation. But
the Young gonna come in, and then Kilfoyle is coming in for Jesuit as well. Barron will leave for the bench along with Stimson for the Crusaders. Kilfoyle let the man go by him. Almost stuck the 3. The clock is not going right now.
The clock stopped, but the referees are going to call it.
Yep.
Looked like it got stuck and then stuck again at 2 seconds, but that'll do it.
No field goals for Jesuit in the final 3 minutes of that first half. And before we send it to break for our Toyota halftime report, let's send it to Brenna Green, who's with Tom Johnson.
Oh, that was a busy first half. Are you retired yet?
No, you know what? Both teams playing really hard, really competing well. We need to do a better job offensively. We're a little bit anxious offensively and we're settling too much for quick shots.
Your trio of seniors only has 12 points right now in a way. Does that make you hopeful considering you guys are up?
Well, like I said, we just need to execute better offensively.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Okay, you're welcome.
Back to you guys.
Transformed by Verde and Sarah.
We're going to step away ourselves here inside the channel. So stick around for our Toyota halftime show.
Explorers, change makers, and playmakers.
Pacific Office Automation understands the X's and O's of running a business. Preparation, collaboration, execution. When your business takes the shot, we've got the assist. We'll step up to the plate, whether it's a startup, a Fortune 500, or your favorite team. We provide office solutions with unrivaled speed, efficiency, and security. For your customer, your company, and your community, your field, your goals, your office game plan. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
When you drive, it takes brains, your whole mind, quick reactions, your eyes up on the road, both your hands, no distractions. Before you start your car, you gotta park your phone. When you drive, just leave it alone.
So when you drive, it's a law. Hands off your phone and pay attention. $1,000 is the fine when you get caught. Did we mention?
When you drive, leave it alone.
forms do you take? More miles driven, more dollars saved, more life embraced, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota. That's right. Toyota has more electrified vehicles than any other brand.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Got this break in the action of the OSAA 6A Boys Basketball Championship. Earlier today, the 6A Girls title game wrapped up, and there are some former OSAA stars that are featured on this year's Oregon State women's basketball squad. And this team continued its magical run down in Las Vegas earlier this week, fighting their way to win the WCC tournament. Yes, that's right. Coach Scott Ruick, he has done it again, and maybe this might be his best job of coaching to date. The Hillsboro native overcoming the loss of numerous players to the transfer portal last season. Oregon State only returning 5 players from last year's roster, and the Beavs finished things off in Vegas with a 59-46 victory over the Portland Pilots in the WCC champ game. And of course, they punched their NCAA tournament ticket in the process. Coach Ruick couldn't be more proud of the growth that he has seen from his squad this season.
This team is giving us everything they know how to give. They have all year. They're appreciative of the Oregon State experience in general. They just operate out of gratitude, you know? And so when you're around a group of people like that, win or lose, good, bad, whatever, it's fun.
And here is that trio of former OSAA prep stars now playing for Coach Ruick. Tiara Bolden out of Churchill High School in Eugene, Corbett High's Allie Schimmel, and then Kennedy Schuler, the pride of Barlow. Oregon State will discover their NCAA tournament fate when the women's selection show tips off tomorrow at 5 over on ESPN. And it is also Selection Sunday for the men's tournament as well, and that is going to air on Coin 6 at 3 o'clock. We're going to have a special Game On show for you following the hour-long selection show. That's going to start at 4 on Coin 6. Adam Bjornson will have you covered with all the madness to help you fill out your brackets. And that's going to do it for this in-studio portion of the Toyota Halftime Show. But after the break, we'll send it back out to Childs Center for second half action.
Pacific Office Automation understands the X's and O's of running a business: preparation, collaboration, execution. When your business takes the shot, we've got the assist. We'll step up to the plate, whether it's a startup, a Fortune 500, or your favorite team. We provide office solutions with unrivaled speed, efficiency, and security for your customer, your company, and your community, your field, your goals, your office game plan. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
When you drive, it takes brains, your whole mind, quick reactions, your eyes up on the road, both your hands, no distractions. Before you start your car, you gotta park your phone. When you drive, just leave it alone.
So when you drive, it's the law. Hands off your phone and pay attention. $1,000 is the fine when you get caught. Did we mention?
When you drive, leave it alone.
(22-19) inside the Childs Center as we get a few moments away from the start of the second half. Let's take a look at those first half stats between these two teams. And let me tell you, three-point shooting is not the specialty in this one. A combined 3 for 23.
Yeah, and I mentioned in the pregame the keys for Barlow, limiting the threes from Jesuit. They've done that, but on the flip side, they're 2 for 12. I think that number's a little bit too high right now. You'd like to see Barlow go back inside.
And for our first half, our U.S. Navy first half warrior was Madden Cummings, and he was the hot shooter to start this game when Barlow needed it.
Yeah, he got him going, not only a three, but making some plays on the defensive end. And Jesuit's going to make him be the guy. If they're going to double and help to some of their other stars, they're going to make Cummings have to make some plays.
All right, we're going to step away. When we return, hear from Gene Potter, who's going to talk with our sideline reporter, Brenna Green, here on Coin.
Dear Freedom, what forms do you take? More miles driven, more dollars saved, more life embraced, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota. That's right. Toyota has more electrified vehicles than any other brand.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Pacific Office Automation understands the X's and O's of running a business: preparation, collaboration, execution. When your business takes the shot, we've got the assist. We'll step up to the plate, whether it's a startup, a Fortune 500, or your favorite team. We provide office solutions with unrivaled speed, efficiency, and security for your customer, your company, and your community, your field, your goals, your office game plan. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Few moments away from the start of the second half here inside the Child Center for our 6A state championship. Let's send it over to Brenna Green, who's with the head coach for the Jesuit Crusaders. Gene Potter.
Coach Potter, a rough shooting half for both teams from three. How can you correct that on your end?
We're hoping just to relax a little bit and let it fly. I think we're thinking a little bit too much about it, but fortunately we played hard enough defensively that we're still in the game.
Thank you so much, Coach Potter. Back to you guys.
All right, as we are just a few moments away from starting this second half, per usual, as we get things going here for Jesuit, just heard Brent talk about how getting back into the swing of things on that three-point line. But what else can they do offensively right now? Because they have had some success trying to carve up the defense.
Yeah, the middle ball screen with the spacing, and I think they got to keep shooting the threes. That's what they do, and they've taken some really good ones. I think Coach knows that those are great shots for his guys. They're going to make some of those, but watch them trying to get downhill with that middle ball screen against Barlow.
Barron had 6, Bierbauer had 4, Atkins had 2. Combined 12 points for the big three for Barlow in that first half.
A lot of bodies inside. Atkins with the fall away. They went right inside. Another point. Paint touch for the Barlow Bruins, and they get 2.
4 points for Atkins, 5 rebounds and a couple of assists as well.
What a matchup, these two Hall of Fame coaches, Brian.
And I think we got spoiled here tonight inside the Child Center with these two. 5-point lead. Barone. Good rebound right there by Kilfoyle.
Extra possessions. That's what's going to take.
They kick it out to Kilfoyle. Dead ahead. It'll circle a drain and down. And a foul is called. Barron was on the floor first. And I don't know if the whistle came before the shot fell.
I think it came after the shot. Yeah.
So, yep, there it is. They're going to say the field goal is good, but there's a foul.
And they're going to get Cleveland, I think, maybe with a hold.
Well, I think he'll take the basket.
Yes.
That's something that has not fallen for Jesuit in that first half.
Well, I was going to say, Kilfoyle gets the offensive rebound, kicks it out, comes back, and he ends up hitting the three. That's the ultimate reward right there.
He's got 13 points. The next highest score for Jesuit is Cleveland with 4.
Looking to really help inside now as here comes Barlow trying to throw it back in the paint.
Atkins against Frazier. Pulls up just outside the elbow, and it's long, nowhere near the hoop.
Great block out by Stimson.
Stimson had it poked away.
Can see Jesuit will look to be opportunistic in transition. With those guards really sprinting ahead and their ability to attack, they'll take it to lay up. They'll take a wide open three, but if not, they're comfortable running offense.
Kilfoyle had 2 fouls in that first half. Barron had 2 fouls for the Bruins. Those are the only 2 players that were in somewhat of foul trouble.
I thought Frazier rushed that one a little bit. Barlow was so aware and so the heightened awareness of the three-point shot. They're flying at those shooters. You might see these guys shot fake and put it on the ground, get somebody else a shot.
Barlow with it.
Back to their flex option.
Cummings turns, faces. Now he's trying to look for the open man.
Jesuit's so physical getting through screens right now, there's really nowhere to go.
Barron, the three-point attempt. He doesn't do that too often.
Kind of dared him into shooting that. It almost looks like a zone the way they're sagging.
Kilfoyle, all back iron right there and a quick shot.
Yeah, that was pretty quick, but again, pretty open. I mean, it's a good look for him, and let's face it, those have been going down all week.
Atkins, double teamed. Cummings, extra pass to Hills in the corner. Back out to Cummings on the wing. And Barron chasing down the rebound. Cleveland is going to get called for the foul.
Just a war going for the ball right now. Both those guys hustling.
Bongan will come in and Keljo as well.
I mean, a pretty clean play. I mean,
yeah,
they're both going for it, just incidental, but you can see Coach Potter going to his bench pretty early here. I think he wants to keep fresh bodies. 3rd night in a row. Got to keep those legs.
Barron met with some contact. Doesn't bother him. 8 points now.
If they get the ball there, that deep in the paint, there's really not much the Jesuit guards can do there.
Stimson with the strong take.
Really good drive there, just didn't finish the play. Here comes Barlow.
Cummings steps inside the three-point line. He can't connect.
Jesuit coming right back at you.
Kilfoyle had it poked away.
Stay with Jesuit.
Yep, some of the Barlow kids are wondering who that went off of. They're saying they didn't touch it.
Yeah, it looked like he might have just lost it going up, but I don't know if they had that angle.
5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
It's where I think Jesuit will get real patient. Maybe put somebody in a ball screen right here.
They have not scored in almost 2.5 minutes.
Great kick out.
And they get it to go. Frazier with the three. His first points.
Great find by Kilfoyle. Got deep in the paint, and sometimes, Brian, you just need to see one go in. Who knows? I mean, they were shooting 49% from 3 coming into the night.
That made basketball give them 19% on the evening. Just 3 of 16 from behind the arc.
Jesuit crowd starting to rally a little bit too.
It's a 1-point lead for Barlow. Hills responds back with a 3 of his own.
Deep 3 from Hills and comes from a family of hoopers. Dad, Brian, was one of the best scorers I've ever seen. Kilfoyle right back at you.
These two teams are trading threes. Back
the
to
lids
a 1-point game. A lot of contact right there for Barron, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, I finally get the call as he goes up.
Before he heads to the line, no, we're going to head to break. 3:52 left in the third quarter. It's a 1-point lead for Barlow. They're looking for their first state title in program history. We'll be back on Corey.
When you drive, it takes brains, your whole mind, quick reactions, your eyes up on the road, both your hands, no distractions. Before you start your car, you gotta park your phone. When you drive, just leave it alone.
So when you drive, it's the law. Hands off your phone and pay attention. $1,000 is the fine when you get caught. Did we mention?
When you drive, leave it alone.
Dear Freedom, what forms do you take? More miles driven, more dollars saved, more life embraced, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota. That's right. Toyota has more electrified vehicles than any other brand.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Barlow is leading. Let's send it down to everybody's favorite sideline reporter, Brenna Green.
There's something different about Jalen Atkins this half, and you haven't noticed it. Look down at the floor. He's changed his shoes for the second time in this state tournament after a poor shooting first half. He told me he brings up to 4 pairs of shoes to a game. It's a bit of a superstition of his. He has 20 to 25 pairs of basketball shoes overall. I asked Tom Johnson about all of this. He had no idea that Jalen changed his shoes against Sprague in the quarterfinals. He says, I don't even know what to say about all of that. When I was growing up, my mom brought me a pair of Converse, and that was it for me. Back to you guys.
Yeah, times are a bit different now than they were back in that day, that's for sure.
They are.
Talking about the 20 different pairs of shoes is Kilfoyle with a strong take. Brings it back within one. Reminds me of a guy that used to play in this gym, and Tyler Robertson.
That's right. That's right. Nice drive from Kilfoyle, though. He faked the handoff. They've been running the interchange, weak side exchange, and he kept it. Got to the rim for a layup.
Jesuits made their last 3 shots from the field to stay within 1.
Double in the post. Make Bierbauer kick it out. See if they go right back. They did it again. Sitting in his lap.
Hills from NBA range. Gets the shooter's bounce.
Blake Hills stepping up big right now. We talked about being a star in your role. He's starring right now.
Averaging 6.5 points on the season. He's at 9 now.
Stimson right back at you. I feel like between Stimson and Kilfoyle, dueling lefties driving to the rim.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
And boy, that's just a mental mistake right there by Cummings.
Yeah, I was sort of trying to get the offense set, and I didn't realize clock was at 24. Huge play for Jesuit, though. Build momentum.
You could possibly take the lead here.
Yes.
And if they do, I just imagine the top of this building is going to come flying off.
Look at this drive. And then the step back for 3.
Kilfoyle against Atkins. 2 high-volume scorers. Stimson over Hills.
Great hustle.
And Atkins gets called for the foul, trying to poke it away from Kilfoyle.
Great energy from Jesuit right now. Trey Cleveland, Grady Keljo, and Sam Kirby. Sort of a 3-headed monster inside. They don't get a lot of headlines, but they do a lot of their dirty work, keeping balls alive, 50-50 balls, offensive rebound. Winning plays for Jesuit.
Frazier with it, now to Keljo. Back to Stimson.
They had him on the roll, great hands.
The active hands of Barron and Hills ended up poking that ball away. Kicked it out to Cummings. One and done for Barlow.
Yeah, you can see everybody scrapping for rebounds for Jesuit. It isn't a one-man job, it's everyone's job.
Jesuits hit 4 of their last 5 shots. They trail by 2, under 2 minutes left in the third. Frazier, the pass to Bongan. Drive in the paint, the right hand doesn't go.
Good board from Cummings. A lot of hands and activity inside. Not an easy shot right now.
Barron for 3!
Oh, big bucket for Barron. Not really known for that.
He's got 13 points to go along with 8 rebounds. Simpson hit the deck. Sort of in a dribble, but trapped it on the ground right there.
Yeah, didn't move. Good thing he didn't stand up. Jesuit going to what we call the 5-man flex. They're going to set a shuffle screen and then a stagger down, trying to bring a shooter up.
That was Kilfoyle. Bongan stripped away by Cummings, and no, a foul's called.
I think he stepped out of bounds. No reset though, Brian. Four on the shot clock. Great hands from Cummings. He's been lights out defensively, guarding the basketball. Really good tonight.
Kilfoyle. They're going to have to shoot it. 1 on the clock. And he just realized it a half second too late.
Couple mental breakdowns in here, and sometimes that happens, Brian. You get a gym this full, and we can't really appreciate the noise with our headphones on, our headsets, but it's loud in here right now. You can't hear a lot.
Not a single empty seat in this building right now.
SRO, and here comes Barlow with a chance to increase that lead before the fourth quarter. It's like they're going to go back to the flex option. No, a little ISO for Barron.
From the elbow. That was smooth right there. He's got 15.
Showing you everything tonight, Brian. 3-point shot, elbow jumper, offensive rebound dunk. He's got the whole package.
Hills with the poke. It'll stay with Jesuit. 23.5 left in the third. It's an 8-point lead for Barlow. Caleb Perry will come in, replacing Hills.
I think they bring Perry in for defense. Really aggressive. Still got fouls to give, so they can use a couple fouls here. As that clock runs down, if you're Jesuit, you want to be aware of it. You might look to attack and score right away. I don't think Atkins wants to give a foul, though. They're going to face guard Kilfoyle, not let him get the ball back here.
Now Atkins with 2 fouls at the moment.
Good switch.
Final shot coming up for Jesuit. 5 on the clock. Kilfoyle over the defender. Atkins has it. 2 on the clock. Has to put it up. Fouled. He got fouled as he was putting it up to try to beat the buzzer. He's going to get 3 free throws.
Wow. Right when we said that, I think he was thinking foul to give, but Atkins was in the motion. He was going up.
And that is a mistake right there. Kilfoyle trying to get an explanation.
They're going to need everybody on the line, I think.
Because the foul happened before the buzzer would have gone off.
Yes, .3.
Kilfoyle frustrated as he picked up his 3rd personal.
He's gone to each official and asked him, and I think he's going to get the same answer, unfortunately. It's a good call.
Atkins will make that first free throw. Here, you'll get a good look at it right here.
Oh, yeah.
Got him on the arm.
Atkins' first free throw attempt here as we almost enter the fourth quarter. Usually he lives at the line.
I was going to say, coming into this one, he was 11 of 13 in 2 games prior to this one.
Yeah, these are big free throws right here. Gives Barlow the cushion going in. It puts some pressure on Jesuit to play catch-up. How much energy do they have left? 3rd game in 3 nights.
You went down. You were down by 7. Now you're down by double digits after those made free throws. Keljo's shot, no good. But 42-32. Barlow is just 8 minutes away from winning their first ever state title in program history. We'll be back on Boyd for the start of the fourth quarter.
When you drive, it takes brains, your whole mind, quick reactions, your eyes up on the road, both your hands, no distractions. Before you start your car, you gotta park your phone. When you drive, just leave it alone.
So when you drive, it's a law. Hands off your phone and pay attention. $1,000 is the fine when you get caught. Did we mention?
When you drive, leave it alone.
Dear Freedom, what forms do you take? More miles driven, more dollars saved, more life embraced. and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota. That's right. Toyota has more electrified vehicles than any other brand.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's a 10-point lead for Barlow as we start the fourth quarter. They are 8 minutes away from clinching their first boys basketball state title in program history. Let's take a look earlier with Madden Cummings helping out for Barlow.
Barron with the
Barron
three.
with the first three of the day for himself.
Jesuit fighting and scrapping. Coming up with a loose ball. 50-50 ball. I couldn't hear who that was on.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it either.
Jesuit a little bit in desperation mode. They're going to be going hard to the glass. If you're Barlow, you want to rebound and attack. You might get something easy in transition.
They called it on Hills. That'll be his second. Team's first of this fourth quarter.
Atkins with the assignment on Kilfoyle.
Foul's going to be called well before that. That's going to be on Cummings. That'll be his second. And the second team foul. So you're down by 10 right now. We keep talking about how Jesuit can shoot the three. They've shot it a bit better here in the second half. But how do they cut into this 10-point lead right now against Barlow?
Well, 3 more fouls and they'll be shooting free throws. So that's a huge one right there. Barlow's got to be careful. You do not want to put Jesuit on the line that early.
Poked away from behind, and Atkins on the floor for it. Ends up in the hands of Bierbauer.
Great hustle.
Up to Cummings. Pass to Barron. Let his man jump up. And he uses the glass for 2. He's got 17 points.
Great patience and poise from Barron. A good find from Cummings. Reward the big man for running the floor.
Cummings with his third assist. Kilfoyle met by Barron. Barron will pick up his third personal foul. And that'll be the third team foul here in the fourth quarter. You just talked about it, Joel. 2 more fouls. You're going to be putting Jesuit on the line.
That's the quickest way to get back in the game, Brian, because they're an excellent free throw shooting team. And look at the active hands here. Deflection on the floor. Atkins gets down first. The throw ahead, and watch Cummings find the big fella. Great poise and great finish.
Kilfoyle making the free throw. 19 points. That leads all scorers in this contest.
Best way to get in the game right here. Clock is stopped, and you can set your defense. Maybe some full court pressure here from Jesuit. You don't know. Looks like they'll just go back man, but opportunity now to get to the line. See where Barlow goes. Barron's had the hot hand.
Atkins with 7, Bierbauer with 4, but it's Barron who already has 11 points in this half.
Little elbow ISO, nice job by Bierbauer.
Left alone, it's Cummings. Kilfoyle will cut him off. No foul called. And using the glass for 2 more, Cummings has 9.
Kilfoyle really wanted the charge there, but no call, and Cummings again making a big play.
Cummings just a sophomore, but so poised as the point guard for this team.
If you're Barlow, you really want to stay down and guard. Don't foul, don't get lifted.
Stimson will get the bucket and count it. They're going to say blocking foul on Hills.
Big bucket. I don't know if it's because Hills was right under the rim or not. But the end one, and that'll be the 14th foul on Barlow.
Still a 10-point game. Just under 6.5 minutes left. Kilfoyle trying to figure out why he didn't get the charge call on his end.
Right, he needs to keep playing.
A lot of talking to the referees in this one.
See where Barlow goes again. Do they go right back to Barron? Maybe they go back to their flex. Great defense from Kilfoyle. Looks like they're going to go to the flex. They'll run some clock here as they play.
And Atkins. Cummings, the hesitation, now takes it to the cup. Too strong. Barone will take it across half court and give it up to Stimson.
Really good rebound from Barone. Jesuits guards are some of the better rebounders in the state for their size.
Stimson from the elbow, the lefty knocks it down.
Yeah, a little wrong foot runner, and we're going to get a quick timeout from Jesuits.
46-39 with 5:46 left to go. You see that last basket has really gotten the student section up and alive. And, you know, during that last break, we took off our headsets just to hear what it was like in here. And I don't even think we could have a conversation.
I don't think so, but I like the timeout from Coach Potter. Settle his guys down, give them a little break, a little bit of rest. These guys are going to need to finish. You might see Bogdan come in the game, but watch this drive from Stinson. And then he hit the 1-foot floater, and like I told you, assistant coaches have said he's so important to this team, so valuable. You can see his value on both ends of the floor. Really good at initiating offense. And what I think he does, Brian, he takes some of that pressure off Kilfoyle. He doesn't have to score every time down. You've got other weapons. So be aware here. Jesuit coming out of timeout. Maybe trap a ball screen, maybe trap first pass, mix it up a little bit, see if they can't create something and a turnover and go the other way for an easy basket. 14 fouls on Barlow, so next foul, Jesuit will shoot 2 the rest of the way.
Yeah, it sounds like you need to be attacking downhill against Barlow to stop that clock and get to the line.
I think you're going to see a lot of that from Jesuit, but be aware, I think you might see a trap ball screen here or even a double team on a quick pass just to see if they can't come up with something. It looks like they're going to pick up full court man, maybe even some run and jump.
Seems like some token pressure as they back off.
Will kind of initiate for you. Let's see where Barlow wants to go. Do they want to go back inside? Look at Jesuit packing the paint.
Yeah, you've got 4 defenders with a foot in the paint right now for Jesuit.
There's the trap.
Atkins got double teamed. Hills picked up his dribble. 12 on the shot clock. Inside to Bierbauer. Wasn't facing the basket, tried to put it up. He gets fouled. 2 shots coming up for Bierbauer.
Really good cut from Bierbauer. Not much going on there. Barron was about to go one-on-one, and they were backed off of him, helping Bierbauer with what we call a 45 cut. Flashes in there, able to draw the foul, go to the line.
Bierbauer 8 for 9 in this building over the last 2 games. At the free throw line, so he makes that one. Bogdan will check in along with Keljo.
I think he's going to have a bright future at Oregon Tech. I had a chance to see them play a couple times this year, and he's going to fit into what they do really well. Big
Goes
free
2
throws.
for 2. Yep.
I think all free throws in the fourth quarter, Brian, are important.
Both teams now 7 for 9, and Atkins hacks away on Kilfoyle. He'll pick up his 3rd.
15 fouls, so they'll be shooting the last 5-11 anytime there's a foul. Jesuit to the line, and they've shot it well in here.
7 of 9 in this one. 78% overall in the last 2 games.
And again, clock is stopped. You're scoring points, and you're able to set or change defenses, which in years past, Coach Potter's been known to do.
Kilfoyle saving his best game for the Child Center for this one. He now has 22 points. He had 27 points combined in the previous 2 games. Kilfoyle.
He thought he had a tap.
He thought he got away with it.
Yeah, the double tip. He thought maybe Atkins knocked it out. I think showing pressure, making him use some clock is a smart move. There's a steal. Ooh.
He's got to get it across. And a timeout called. Timeout was called by Coach Johnson and Barlow with 5 minutes remaining. So that'll save a possession right now as Jesuit's gotten it within 7 points.
Huge call there from Coach Johnson. A lot of times you don't get seen on that timeout call, but give Kilfoyle credit. Just picking up man-to-man, just straight up D. Got a poke, deflection, knocked it away. And we'll see if they stay with that in the half court. Doubled the ball screen. The only thing they didn't get was the rotation to a steal.
All right, let's send it to our sideline reporter and Brenna Green, who's got a hit for us.
Yeah, we have Barlow and, quite frankly, Oregon basketball royalty in the house tonight. Freddie Jones is here, and the story of how he got here is pretty incredible. He was actually in Indianapolis with the Ducks, watching them in the Big Ten tournament. He landed at home in Vegas at 10:30 last night. He got a text from his son that Barlow had won, so he immediately turned around and booked a flight here a half an hour after landing. He went to work this morning from 8 to 2, then got on a flight at 4:20, landed here at 6:20. He told me he wouldn't miss this game for the world. First of all, Jalen Atkins is his godson. Freddie actually bought Jalen his first hoop, so he had to be here for Jalen, but he also had to be here for his head coach. He said to me that not getting Tom Johnson a championship back in the day still haunts him to this day. Back to you guys.
Well, you can see the admiration for Coach Johnson, even from players from years past. They are really pulling for him to get his first state title.
Yeah, there's a whole group of those guys, loyal guys. Nice pass.
Atkins will lay it in. 9 points for Atkins.
Previous possession, Hills with the three. Kilfoyle with the answer, but Blake Hills continues to make winning plays for Barlow.
He's got 12 points, all from behind the arc. Keljo, offensive board, and Cummings, the active hands, ends up with a turnover.
Big steal for Cummings. Again, Keljo doing his job on the glass. Jesuit looking to gamble and trap a little bit.
Skip pass to Cummings, and now you're going to see Barlow. It seems like they want to use a bit of clock right now.
They don't need to be in a hurry, that's for sure. Up 10. Looks like they're going to get to their flex action again.
7 on the shot clock. Barron almost lost it, has to give it up, and Bierbauer gets fouled as the ball was going into him.
Got held.
3:27 left. There's 3 seconds left on the shot clock. We're going to take a break. We'll be back 53-43 on Coin.
Pacific Office Automation understands the X's and O's of running a business. Preparation, collaboration, execution. When your business takes the shot, we've got the assist. We'll step up to the plate, whether it's a startup, a Fortune 500, or your favorite team. We provide office solutions with unrivaled speed, efficiency, and security. For your customer, your company, and your community, your field, your goals, your office game plan. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
When you drive, it takes brains, your whole mind, quick reactions, your eyes up on the road, both your hands, no distractions. Before you start your car, you gotta park your phone. When you drive, just leave it alone.
So when you drive, it's a law. Hands off your phone and pay attention. $1,000 is the fine when you get caught. Did we mention?
When you drive, leave it alone.
Well, when you thought about the Barlow basketball team this year, it's been Jalen Atkins, it's been Mason Bierbauer, and Braden Barron. But the unsung hero in this one so far, it could be Blake Hills. He's got 4 triples so far. And that seems to be the difference right now. And he's got some NBA range on that one.
Yeah, credit to him. Out of the timeout, turnover.
Kilfoyle with it. Skip pass into the corner. Frazier can't get it to go. And Barron had it poked away from him. It's going to be Bruins basketball. And Kelso frustrated right there.
Yeah, he thought he was up over the top, and then Barron touched it last.
And now you're going to see full court pressure by Jesuit.
Yeah, might see some run and jump, maybe a trap, but I think just trying to speed this game up a little bit. Barlow's going to be patient, though.
3 minutes left in this contest. 10-point lead for the Bruins.
I think back door.
There it is. Atkins gets blocked. And a foul is called.
Wow. That's a tough call.
It looks clean initially.
Kilfoyle went way up the ladder to get a piece of that. What a great call. Atkins called for the back door. because he knew they were denying him. Set it up perfectly, had a great opportunity, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Kilfoyle, that's 5 fouls. Yeah. He's now out of the game. 24 points, 7 rebounds for Kilfoyle.
Wow, what a big call. Leading scorer for Jesuit will go to the bench with 2:45 left, and he is not happy.
He's frustrated. He just punched the back of the chair. Atkins missing the free throw. And take a look at it. And it looked awfully close. You're right, he did climb that ladder.
Yeah, pretty athletic play from Patrick.
Atkins will make the next free throw. He now has 10 points.
Jesuit, you want to spread it, drive it, and spray it out for 3. We know how capable they are shooting it.
Bongan has been held scoreless in this game, and he had been a 3-point specialist, it seems like, over the last 2 games. He is 8 for 13 coming into today in the quarterfinals and semifinal wins.
Yeah, and he's shooting almost 66%, and then he's 16 points in the quarters and 20 last night in the semis. Missing those numbers right now.
All he has to show for it in 21 minutes of work is 2 rebounds and 2 turnovers. 0 for 5 from the floor, now 0 for 1 from the charity stripe.
Really need to make these free throws here, and I would expect some scramble pressure from Jesuit. A quick trap, trying to get a turnover.
Bongan will get his first point, and a quick timeout called by Jesuit with 2:34. I feel like if you're the Crusaders right now, you need to amp up the pressure and try to force some turnovers. We've seen them trap a bit and get a few of those turnovers, but they haven't been able to capitalize.
Yeah, I think now you need to trap. They got to scramble a little bit, try to come up with a nice play where they can turn it over and score out of it, get back into the press. Clock's starting to run down, and if you're Barlow on the other side, you want to be very patient. You want to make sure that you come meet passes, strong with the ball. Jesuit still has only 3 team fouls, so not going to be shooting it yet. So Jesuit can be extra aggressive, but I think Barlow, you might see him looking deep. You've got guys like Atkins, Hills, and Cummings, also excellent free throw shooters.
Oh, Brenna Green's got a hit for us. Let's send it over to her.
This is truly a full circle moment for Tom Johnson, as he grew up just 2 blocks away from University of Portland's campus. When he was growing up, he would sneak into Howard Hall, which had the original basketball court on this campus. His Child Center didn't exist. Now Howard Hall doesn't exist. It was demolished in 2018. He told me he used to sneak into the gym and get kicked out all the time, although he did eventually become a ball boy for the Pilots. Back in 1996, when Barlow last made the state championship, that game was played at what is now the Moda Center. So today, if this score holds, could be a truly fairy tale ending for Tom. Back to you guys.
Yeah, no doubt, full circle moment that he could pick up his first state title in his coaching career. 42 years, mind you, overall, but 39 at Barlow.
Remarkable, Brian, and I can't tell you, just looking around the crowd and before the game, the number of coaches, I know the former players are here in the Barlow community showed out, but there's a lot of Oregon coaches here tonight rooting for Coach Johnson and also just want to be here if he does, bring home the state championship.
The 2:34 remaining in our contest. It's a 10-point lead for Barlow.
Barlow with just 2 timeouts left. See if they change up that press offense to get the ball in bounds. That's the most important thing here. You want to get it in and expect the trap, possibly expect the foul here, but you really want to be strong with the ball. Jesuit bringing in some extra players to challenge.
And Penny Harrison has checked in for Jesuit, along with Major Williams.
Little 1-2-2 trap.
Atkins, quick shot from the corner.
Not sure
poked
they wanted
out by
that shot.
Bierbrower. Last touch by Stimson. Ball
wow,
still loose on the floor, and a timeout called by Barlow.
What a play. Blake Hills.
Hills is in some pain right now. He's reaching for his lower back after calling the timeout and getting that loose ball.
Watch the play first from Stimson to keep it alive, and then watch Hills right on his hip as he dives down. And
I think he might have gotten a leg in the back as well. It was number 5, Penny Harrison, who went right over him as they both went for that ball.
I told you he's got basketball in the blood, though. His dad, Brian, was one of the best players at Western Baptist University and was coached by Blake's grandfather, Tim Hills, who was a legendary coach in the state of Oregon as well.
Got that basketball blood in him with 2:17 remaining. For Jesuit, you're still trying to get consistent stops against Barlow. It feels like this entire second half it's been that 10-point deficit, and they really have not gotten it closer than about 7 points.
Yeah, it's been tough to get it back. We thought they might be able to get it back, tie it up, take the lead, and get this Jesuit crowd revved up a little bit more. But if you're here on this inbound play for Barlow, you can't move. So if you're Jesuit, you're all out denial here, going for the steal, and you'll probably see another immediate trap as soon as it comes in. Nobody guarding the inbounder. They're going to double off. You can see Williams is ready to deny and double.
Maddox Young has come in as well. Another big body for the Bruins. Barron through the pressure, and a block is going to be called. I believe that's on Cleveland.
Yeah, Barron got maybe a knee to a knee there as he went driving to the rim. Jesuit's going to go offense, defense substitution here as Barone and Bongan will come back in for offense. Good to see Blake Hills back at the scorer's table as well.
Yep, 2 free throws coming up. Barron was in the act of shooting, and you're right, Hills is back at the scorer's table for the Bruins. Barron, 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you talk with Tom Johnson, he said this guy might be the most improved player in the program's history, and that says a lot for a guy who's seen a lot of basketball over the last 39 years for Barlow.
It is. That's a lot of players, a lot of really good players, and it speaks to his willingness to work and his improvement and knowing what you need to work on to get better.
Jesuit, mind you, has not had a field goal in 2.5 minutes. As Bierbrower tried to get the putback, no foul call. Ball still loose, hard fall. It looked like 2 Bruins ran into each other right there, and Atkins and Barron.
Yeah, Frazier with the quick trigger 3 from the corner, and it's an all-out war right now on the glass. I mean, bodies flying everywhere.
This might be the longest minute outside of the final 2 minutes of a basketball game, though. The last minute has probably taken 3 or 4 minutes with a couple of timeouts, some turnovers. As we got 2:02 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Neither team trying to give an inch.
Barone popping out for 3.
And there it is.
Just can't get him to fall tonight.
Bierbrower, quick hands with the rebound and the outlet.
Want to get it across. Barlow with just 1 timeout left.
Bongan was in front of Cummings. We'll see if he gets called for that foul, and he will.
That'll put Barlow at the free throw line as Cummings goes to the line. And Brian, we've talked about the atmosphere in here, and it's really hard to describe how amazing it is. I mean, it's packed in here. I think a thank you and some recognition goes out to the OSAA staff,
100%,
and his entire staff. What a tournament they have put on, a championship. The memories that they create are so special. And then I think a thank you to the University of Portland staff. Scott Latham, the athletic director, and his staff do such a marvelous job of hosting the event here at the Chiles Center. I think the perfect venue for a high school state championship.
Just big enough, but still intimate here in the Palace on the Bluff. Cummings going 2 for 2 at the free throw line.
Big free throws there. Let's see what Jesuit has as far as an answer.
Or, excuse me, 1 for 2.
Poked away by Hills. They're just using clock right now. That's a foul.
Yes, it is. Hills, you can show your palms to the sky as much as you want. That was all over on Frazier. So Frazier will go to the line with a $133.
Jesuit can't get the 3 right now. They're looking for the drive and the foul. Go to the line, try to get a couple points with a clock stop. Can make some substitutions. Go back defense for offense here.
If you're Jesuit, how do you try to speed up Barlow right now? You've got a little over 90 seconds and you're trying to make up 10 points.
Well, it's going to be trap and then probably the foul game. You don't have enough possessions right now. You've got to put them back on the line. I think they're going to get Barron out of here. You know, just as far as free throw shooting, he hasn't been the best tonight. So and you get another ball handler in the game.
Yeah, Barron just 2 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. Frazier will make that free throw.
Oh, I think he threw it in and the guy stepped out of bounds and they didn't see it.
I think you're right. Got away with one.
Oh, he tried to foul, it looked like, and then
I thought they got Atkins on the arm, and that's what sort of caused him to take that step in the travel.
Coach Johnson is livid, and Coach Potter's still livid at the other end.
And I think he had a great case. It was Young who tried to inbound it. It looked like the Hills. Now, we don't have the best angle. We don't know if... All right, we're looking at our sideline reporter. She's saying that went past the end line right there, so that inbound should never have happened.
That's a foul.
And there it is. Foul's going to be on Atkins. That'll be his 4th.
Yeah, and it puts Jesuit back on the line. You just don't want to foul at this point. You want that clock to run within a 9-point lead. You don't want that clock stopping. Jesuit able to take points off the board.
Stimson, 8 points, 2 of 3 from the charity stripe, make it 2 of 4.
Jesuit will go offense, defense again. Williams and Harrison come in. They'll look to deny and trap immediately, Brian, and continue to foul.
Free throw goes for Stimson. 9 points for him. Quick foul.
Yeah, quick foul. Really no time comes off. And now, if you're Barlow, it's a free throw shooting game. You got Atkins at the line, who's been really good from the line, I think, all year. And the opportunity to extend the lead. And then when you get back defensively, I can see Coach Johnson telling him, solid without fouling. We don't want to stop the clock.
15 of 18, mind you, is Atkins inside the Child Center on this run.
They'll bring Barron back in defensively and for rebounding purposes. You got your rim protector and done a really nice job all 3 games of this tournament of being a presence at the rim.
Now I'm excited to watch him at the next level, knowing he's staying local. It's Atkins making that free throw. Now 6 of 7 from the stripe.
Whoa!
And that'll be goaltending.
Speaking of protecting the rim. Barlow's going to go the same way. They're going to go offense, defense, as will Jesuit.
Yep, so Harrison and Williams back on. Maddox back on for Barlow.
Come meet passes here. Maddox
8-point game.
Might need to be available here.
And the pass broken up. It's a steal for Jesuit. Stimson will lay it in. 6-point game. And Atkins will get fouled in the corner. And Coach Potter's hot right now.
Yeah, I don't think Jesuit's trying to foul immediately. They're seeing if they can get a double, maybe a jump ball, a held ball, but here's the drive from Stimson. Straight downhill, the lefty floater.
So Atkins with 12 points. Second leading scorer for the team today.
Yeah, I don't think they wanted to foul Atkins knowing he's been so good from the free throw line.
Yeah, you want him to trap, try to give it up, maybe foul the next person.
Yep. Subs coming back in both ways. And again, if you're Barlow, solid without fouling. And if you're Jesuit, you can get downhill. If you can draw the foul, it's great. If not, are there shooters available? And he finally missed one.
That's the second miss from the free throw line. Stimson from 3. Hard fall to the ground. And Atkins will get fouled. This time it's by Frazier. More free throws coming up. And the Barlow fans are counting the seconds. They can feel it.
Looking across at Coach Johnson, I just wonder what's going through the range of emotions right now.
He's waiting until that clock hits 0 to show any emotion. As a man who's been chasing the state title for so long, now he's 43.6 seconds away from claiming his first state title as a coach.
You know, and I know he said it, that it doesn't change who he is as a coach, but I think it's an opportunity for everyone to celebrate him. Jesuit's got to get a shot up.
Bongan out for three.
What a rebound.
Yeah, Barone missed that shot, and Atkins gets fouled. He's going to head to the line again.
The Barlow crowd starts to erupt. Start to feel it. Wow, what a moment.
The energy in here is unmatched.
Bryant, what you're seeing, the reaction from this crowd, is the appreciation for Coach Johnson over there and who he is. The leader, the coach, the teacher that he's been for 39 years. It's tough not to feel the emotion because he is such a good man.
Atkins misses the front end of the free throws. And now you're getting all fresh bodies in right now. Quinn Wickwill checks in. Nick Zervis, Sam Kirby, Williams, and Harrison back on the floor.
Jesuit will get these guys a chance to play in a championship game, and I think Coach Johnson will probably do the same here with his starters. Get the foul on Barron.
That'll be on Barron. That'll be his fourth.
What an amazing night. What an amazing spectacle to see this crowd. The amazing community support, but look at those former players. I see Freddie Jones over there. Jared Price, who was the point guard on that team in 1996, was here last night as well. The love for Coach Johnson is just, you can't really measure it.
23 seconds left. Cummings has it. And it doesn't look like Jesuit's going to try to foul.
Going to play it out, I think. The lob.
Barrett just having to let go right there.
Yeah.
Harrison the three. A bit too late for Jesuit.
There it is.
And there it is. The state championship for Barlow. Their first in program history. And the first for the legendary coach Tom Johnson.
What a moment. You know, and as tough as that is for Jesuit's kids, Jesuit's team and fans, I know Coach Potter is a sense of appreciation for Coach Johnson and him winning his first state title.
Barron had 17 points. Atkins, with the help of the free throw line, ended with 16 points. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, Brenna Green's going to talk with the state champion head coach Tom Johnson and our Abby's Pizza player of the game. Who is our Abby's Pizza player of the game? Abby's Pizza player of the game?
Give it to Coach Johnson.
Sounds good. TJ. Oh, Barron just ran away. (61-55) as you see the players celebrate with Tom Johnson. The TJ chant just going around here inside the Child Center. You see the sign, you win it for TJ, as Barlow picks up their first state title in program history. And now we're going to send it to our sideline reporter, Brenna Green, with our Abby's Pizza player of the game, Brayden Barron, 17 points and 9 rebounds.
Brayden, Barlow was founded in 1968. 77 years later, you finally get this school their first state title in boys basketball. What is this moment like for you right now?
This is amazing. You know, I'm trying not to cry now, you know. I appreciate my team, everybody, you know. We've been through some up and downs, but you know, we got it in the end. I'm really happy for TJ. I'm really happy I'm a part of history now. Thanks to this guy. Thanks to Mason, pretty much everybody.
Best player in the state.
What you got to say about his play tonight?
Best player in the state, period. It ain't no questions. Best player in the state. Absolutely.
What the basket look like for you tonight?
You know, it looked the same. It looked the same. I wasn't nervous. You know, maybe in the beginning I was nervous, but you know, we got in there, we got comfortable. You know, I couldn't do it without any of these guys at all. Without these guys, I couldn't do it at all.
My brother right here. That's my brother right here.
You know, we're state champs now. I love everybody that I played with.
How did you guys handle the ginormous pressure of winning this state tournament for TJ?
We just trusted each other. We played as a family, and we trusted in the Lord. That's our one guy that we trusted in, and we went out here and competed and got a win.
Yep, stayed united.
Yes, sir.
You guys did this. You guys did it. You guys won it for TJ. So I have to ask how that feels. Jalen, I'll start with you.
I'm just blessed. I'm truly honored to play for this amazing group of guys and for TJ, best coach in the state to ever play.
I feel amazing right now, you know. First state champ, you know, I don't even have words. I don't know what to say right now. You know, really state champs. We did it for TJ.
Your life.
You guys got anything to say? This TJ group is legendary.
Just made history, man. That's all we wanted to do. We made history. We've been dreaming about this since 4th grade when we played our first youth ball game together. This is it. We've been winning since day one. Yep.
Congratulations, you guys. Go celebrate.
Yes, sir!
Think about it. 8 years in the making for that group. Played youth ball together all the way through their senior year, and they get to leave on the highest note possible as state champions, the first in Barlow history. As you take a look at some of the stats in this game, three-point shooting, there were plenty of shots that went up, not many went down, but there was a spot in that third quarter when we came out from halftime, both teams just started trading threes.
Yeah, they did. That was where most of those 5 makes for Jesuit and 6 for Barlow were, but I thought Barlow did a good job. Jesuit, you know, they rode the 3 all the way here. Tonight it just didn't go down for them, and credit to Barlow. I thought rebounded the ball, did what they needed to do, got the ball to the right people, including Barron, who made some big plays when they stretched that lead.
And now we got to send it back to Brenna Green, who's probably with the happiest man here on the bluff, and Tom Johnson clinching his first state championship.
I think he may be the happiest man in the state of Oregon. Tom, you nearly broke down in tears multiple times this week when I spoke to you. I know you told me that winning a state title doesn't define you as a head coach, but I'm sure you have imagined this moment for so long. What is this like?
Well, you know, first of all, the credit goes to the kids. Jalen, Braden, Mason, Blake Hills, those kids have been in our program since the 2nd and 3rd grade, and I've seen them work so hard over the years that I'm just really happy for them. You know, we had a lot of talent. I thought we had maybe the best talent in the state, and really my job was just not to screw them up this year.
You had hundreds of alums in attendance for this game. Do you view this as a victory for them as well?
I do. You know, I got text messages from all kinds of people, from Fred Jones and Ryan Krauser today, and I got one from Jesse White, who played for me 4 years ago, who said, you know, go win it not only for them, but for all the former Bruins as well. And so that, you know, when I moved into the Barlow community, I knew it was a destination place for me where I wanted to stay, and I'm just really happy for not only our kids, but the community as well.
What are the emotions like for you right now?
Kind of numb, actually.
Hasn't hit you yet?
No, it hasn't hit me yet.
When do you think it's going to hit you?
Sometime tonight, probably.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask. Do you know what's next for you?
No, I don't. I'm going to enjoy this moment and see what happens. I know this. I love the kids we have coming back next year. So
to do this for this trio of seniors, but really you have 7 seniors on this roster.
Yeah.
They have played for you since they were little kids, or at least you knew them since they were little kids. No transfers. To do this with this group, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, I believe that loyalty is really, really important, and
All right, 61-55 as Brenna Green was wrapping up with Tom Johnson talking about his first state title. But how about your final thoughts in this contest tonight, Joel?
Well, two outstanding games today, Brian. I mean, I think fans treated to something special, and I think we got to thank the people at the CW and Coin 6 for broadcasting these games. And you know, basketball in Oregon and high school basketball is thriving, and you know, the ability to showcase the best of the best across the state is really special, and we really appreciate, I think, CW and Coin 6 stepping up and doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you to them. And that was Joel Sobotka. A big thank you to Brenna Green, who was our sideline reporter this entire week. And we could not have done it without everybody's help here inside the Child Center. I'm Brian Sly. Thank you for tuning in for our broadcast. And stay safe. We'll catch you next time.